Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sprint 273 review. This was a normal 2-week sprint. Let's get started. I'll start with the overview, Gilbert on the UI, Adam on the providers, and Joe on the platform. This sprint, we had 102 PRs merged. A fair number of them were other. There was a few blast outs that were done to clean things up. And over to Gilbert on the UI.
Thanks, Jason. So for the UI, we had a couple bug fixes. So first, I fixed the tag mapping form. I fixed the issue with the single tag page bug, and as well as the copy from the code mirror wasn't working. That was also fixed by me. For other, Osavod replaced Babel ESLint with Babel ESLint parser in the ESLint config. Jason dropped the guard RSpec package. I updated the bootstrap package on Morphe. Jason switched to the quality package. I updated the request package on Morphe, as well as the upstream branch. And I updated the package.json file to fix an issue with the ordering. Next slide. For the tag mapping form bug, this is before and after. So before, you could see when you click the add mapping form, it would just throw errors, it wouldn't work. And then the after, when you click the button, it actually takes you to the correct form now. Next slide. For the fix single tag page bug, before, you could see in that page, you have the checkboxes beside the table, as well as when you enter the form by only trying to select one, due to various different setup conditions, it would still bring in previously selected tags. In the after, it only brings in the correct item that you actually want to tag instead of all the ones before. Next slide. And finally, I fixed the copy from CodeMirror. So we had an issue where you couldn't copy the code from the CodeMirror tool. Basically, we had to remove a read-only that was stopping the copy. Even though we removed the read-only, it still is read-only, but now it at least allows the user to copy the code. Next slide. And then for UI service, we only had 2 PRs. I updated the request package on Morphe as well as the upstream branch. That's it for UI. Next is Adam.
Thanks, Gilbert. Pretty light for providers this sprint. So for embedded Terraform and workflows, we changed the location of where containers run out of on the appliance. We were having issues previously when they're running out of the app directory under data. The upgrades with RPMs would reset permissions to the ManageIQ user and group, and some pods were running with their own users internally, and that was causing problems with permissions when the pods would then start up again. So we moved those to run out of a different directory, out of varlib, so it's more static and won't have permissions reset. So we did that for Terraform and workflows. Additionally, for workflows, as part of the effort to run Terraform Enterprise with ASL as opposed to Automate, we are allowing MIQ provision tasks to be executed by the built-in ManageIQ provision method. MIQ provision was only for VMs. MIQ provision task was the parent class, and there are a few other types of provisioning that are under that. So this allows you to run all of those through ASL now with the ManageIQ provision built-in method. And finally, for Flow, we refactored a workflow state check to try to not use the payload instance variable as much as possible. It's just something that Keenan's been going through and trying to clean up. So we got that in for Flow. And that's it for providers. Over to Joe.
Thanks. Keenan added the ability to run ad hoc CI jobs in many repository, with only a few of them listed here. In query relation, he also provided a backward compatible way to go from includes and references to preload and eagerload. He changed the VM's find all by MAC address and hostname and IP address to use joins, returning a scope. He also removed references includes and instead used preload and eagerload. And he improved the performance of running reports in many areas, but particularly when we previously joined some large tables to other tables, such as taggings to tags. In RPM build, Adam added a storage location for running containers for the feature he previously discussed. Okay, in schema, Jason updated ManageIQ style to the latest. I added support for running factory bot Rails within the ManageIQ Rails application. And I added the Cypress on Rails dependency to core as the next step to improving the setup and teardown of the database for Cypress tests. Next slide. For bugs this sprint, Jason updated RPM build to require Ruby gems in the RPM spec as it's now a weak dependency. Jason also had some small fixes in a README for query relation. He also added Ruby 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4 to the test matrix. And Keenan upgraded Rack several times to fix some CVE issues. On to the next slide.
And that's all for our Sprint 273 review. Our next Sprint review 274 is on October 29th at the usual place and time. And I'd like to thank all of our presenters today, all the contributors to ManageIQ, and our community. Thanks, everyone.